This is your girl Empress 555 coming at you today with another reading. If you are interested in one of these beautiful bracelets, check out my description box. Click on the website for Otter Spirit. Make sure you click on the link in my description box for Otter Spirit so you can get your 20% off of your purchase. Once you click on that link and you find the items that you want, please use my promo code, which is Empress Tarot 20 to get 20% off. So check it out, y'all. All right. This is a message for Pisces. We're going to take a look into the overall energy, check out what's there. As you see, this is that October energy. Just want to see where you are in the month and also what we need to look for, look forward to, all that good stuff. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. This could be this time frame could be really late for some of you or really early for some of you, but either way, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey Wolfie, hey Teresa, Healing Pisces. What's up, y'all? Hey DP. I didn't think anybody would be up right now. I thought everybody would see this message maybe tomorrow. Good to see all of you. October vibes, October energy here. What do we have for Pisces for October? What does Pisces need to hear for October? Wolfie said, I'm wide awake. It be like that sometimes, y'all. Oh, yeah, Teresa. After this reading, y'all, I'm going back to bed. I was asleep. I went to bed early again. And I woke up. I said, let me do a reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's almost like I have so much to do in a given day. And I'll go to bed early. And it's starting to become more convenient for me to get up around this time for some reason. It may not be the healthiest thing, but we're here, right? All right, y'all. What do we have for October for Pisces? Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Cecily V. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. Over our energy here. Oops. We got the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. For some reason, I kept dropping that card. Let's see. What's the card at the bottom of the deck? We have the Knight of Wands. So you could be dealing with the earth sign or fire sign, or that you could have that energy in your chart somewhere. Clarify Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The Fool is in the reverse. And we got the King of Swords. Pisces, this is you really taking control of your finances for the month of October. And what I mean is you could be deciding that you're going to save more money. You could be deciding that you're not going to spend that much. Even for the holidays, maybe you have put yourself on some type of budget. You could also be deciding that, hey, I'm going to cook more at home. I'm not going to buy a lot of fast food anymore. I'm going to cook more at home, which, by the way, is a much healthier option. But this could be you just deciding that you need to do something different when it comes to your finances. I can't even talk, y'all. Huge emphasis on finances. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Wands here. 5 of Cups in the reverse. And we got the 7 of Wands in the reverse. There could be a goal that you're working on that's going to require you to be more in tune and better with your finances. This could be you, maybe you've been wanting to save money. This could be you wanting to make some type of investment, or just simply maybe you're just tired of living check to check. But this could be something that has inspired you to really focus on what's important. A lot of you are making sacrifices, like I just mentioned. You're taking away the concept of eating meals away from home so much. You're taking that away. You're like, okay, I can, the things that I'm getting at home, I can cook. Things that I'm getting out, I can cook at home pretty much. So you're finding ways to save money. This could be you also, like, as far as like clothing and all those things. Unless you need something, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna spend money on that. If you have to get something fixed, maybe something with your car, maybe something with, your home, you're able to do that, or you will be able to do that, because guess what? You are saving money and you're getting in a better place. Wolfie said, I'm tired of fast food. You know, I never thought that I would get kind of tired of fast food. But I've gotten to that place because I've been eating more at home, eating more whole foods and all those things like that. And I've got to a place where I like the way I feel when I eat healthier. I like that. And the things that I like that I normally would get at a restaurant, I prepare it at home. And guess what? It's a whole lot less sodium. It's a whole lot less preservatives. And, it's just better. It's just better. It just takes a little bit of effort to get up and make your own food. All right. We got the Temperance here. So along with getting better with your finances, Pisces, I love the fact that in the month of October, you seem to have more peace, or you will be having more peace here. This is coming out for a reason. Let's clarify. Clarify Temperance for Pisces. We got the Empress in the reverse, and we got the Lovers. Okay. So this is you also, Pisces, recognizing that you can't conquer the world. You can't make people see what they need to see. You're not in control of another person's actions. This is you reclaiming your territory and recognizing what you need to do here with the Lovers. This is you saying, okay, you know what? I've done it that way. I've tried to do it this way. So at this time, I'm going to actually take time for myself and do what I need to do for me. Because you're recognizing you can't control anything else. You can't do anything else. With the Five of Swords here in the reverse. And a lot of you, this has saved you in the past. Clarify Five of Swords in the reverse. We got the Queen of Wands. And we got the King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this has saved you in the past, Pisces, because you go into this mode of when you feel defeated in something, you know when to walk away. That's not to say that you're not persistent when it comes to anything, really. But you know when to walk away. You know when to say, okay, you know what? I've invested a lot of time. I've invested a lot of emotion. And now it's time to let go. All right. We got the Knight of Cups here. Ace of Swords. Teresa said, oh, I'm talking to ZP. She said, can you file an order of protection? Goodness. We got the World card here. Clarify the Knight of Cups. This is funny, Pisces. A lot of you may want a relationship, but you also love your freedom. You're like, I don't want to have, Three of Swords in reverse. You don't want to be in a connection that you feel would limit you because you've worked very hard to get to where you are. So even if you want something different, even if you want a connection with someone, you're not willing to give your all to the point of, I hate to say this, but you're not willing to submit all of yourself to a person. It's kind of like, this is a Pisces that has learned that, hey, if I don't save something for myself, I'm going to lose out. I'm going to lose out on a lot of things if I don't save some energy for myself here. We got the King of Wands here in the reverse. What's up with the King of Wands in the reverse? We got the Ten of Swords. And we got the Six of Cups here in the reverse. I'm hearing good things come to those who wait. There will be a lot of people, Pisces, that are going to miss you. If you are walking away from a job in October, oh my goodness, people at that office, they're going to miss you. If you are relocating, you know, going to a different state or a different town, people are going to miss you. So with something about your significance is going to be highlighted in the month of October. And it could be going towards the end of the year where you know, just your significance, just your essence, with the King of Pentacles here, seeing the value that's within you. All right. The Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant in the reverse. Seeing the value that's within you, right? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. With the Moon. And maybe, just maybe, it took for you to get to this place in order for you to understand that, hey, I have value. And moving towards the end of the year, if you're not already there, you're going to be seeing like, okay, it is mandatory for me to maintain my value in all areas of my life, in love, career, finance, friendships, family, maybe people, your neighbors and all that kind of stuff. Is important for you to maintain relevance when it comes to yourself. So this is a self-preservation with the Three of Pentacles here. And so when you love yourself more, you're going to notice in this month that others respect and love you more as well. Yep, Queen of Cups. Yep. Clarify Queen of Cups. The Star in the reverse, Aquarius energy, and the Chariot in the reverse. Yep. So I love this, Pisces, because you're deciding that I'm willing to walk away. Matter of fact, I am going to walk away. And you're going to be missed, Pisces. But at the same time, it is imperative that you walk away. It's imperative that you say no to these different opportunities. Because every opportunity that looks good on paper or that sounds good may not be good. You know, we got a lot of opportunities and people that have hidden motives with the Seven of Swords here. So you're being guided to make sure you're watching out for hidden motives. We can't get away from malicious intent because that comes with the territory sometimes, but we can maintain being enlightened about things. Okay. So let's see what's going on around you for the month of October. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, what do we have going on for Pisces? Around Pisces for the month of October. What do we have going on for Pisces? Thank you, Heart Soul. What's going on around Pisces for October? What's the overall energy? We got the forgiveness card. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, we got responsibilities. Oh. Clarify forgiveness for Pisces for October. Oh. You may have somebody that's going to apologize to you, or they want to. Yeah. Self-love. So you could have someone that wants to apologize to you, Pisces. The responsibilities card is here because I feel like this person they have a lot of things that they have to do, but you also have things that you have to do as well. October is going to be a very busy month for a lot of you because of your multitude of responsibilities or multitude of things that you have to do. Hey, Angel. Oh, yeah. Pisces. This is the end of some type of soul contract with the soul contract card, where somebody's going to recognize that you truly do deserve equal give and take. This could be somebody that has, they assumed something about you that wasn't true, or they said something. Y'all may have somebody that wants forgiveness for talking behind your back. You may not even know what they said, but this person wants forgiveness because there's something that they have discovered about you, or they will discover in the month of October moving forward, October or months after. They're going to discover there's something phenomenal about you that they just didn't see, or they didn't want to give you credit for. This person runs away from the truth. They run away from the truth. Why is that? Look at that. We got values. They run away from the truth, Pisces, because when they look at you, or when they think about talking to you or whatever like that, space here. There is a part of you that they don't see in themselves. So maybe you're loyal. They don't see loyalty in themselves. You're respectful. They don't see them being respectful. It's not saying that they can't be like this. It's that, you know how sometimes when people feel like they can't really relate to you, they will try to discredit. And I feel like this is a person that they discredited you only to feel guilty about that. Yep, with the third party. They could have been caught up with gossip. They could have been caught up with people telling lies or, different things. New chapter, absence. Yep. Literally, they could have been caught up with people telling lies or them telling lies on you. And it wasn't true. Like, absence here. Okay. Destiny. Now, what's interesting, I would like to know what got him to this space of wanting to assume the worst of you. Clarify destiny. Hope. Holding back. Simply put, Pisces, you're your own person. You're unique in your own way. They could be around or primarily around people that don't really know themselves. They could be around people like that primarily. And when you meet a person that knows who they are, they know what they want, they know what it's going to take to get there, and you're self-assured, self-aware, they may not be accustomed to anybody being like that. So you may seem like you're just a whole different caliber of person. And for a lot of you, I feel like you are with the chaser card. It says, I don't want to chase anymore. Yep. Yep. So even though they may not feel like they can relate to you, even though they may feel like they can't relate to you, I honestly feel like this person, they recognize your worth. They recognize your worth. And also, with the broken card, your worth and your self-love and self-care and all that great stuff, it's like a mirror. Like they look at that and then it forces them to reflect on themselves. This is what it feels like is making them feel uncomfortable. Yep. Unappreciated. Yep. It makes them feel uncomfortable. Like this person could feel like they don't measure up. Not, like I said, not with just finances, but just your energy alone. With the unexpected outcome. So moving forward with the mistakes card, Pisces, in the month of October, this person or people, they're going to really evaluate a lot of things, a lot of conversations that you've had, a lot of things that went wrong. Yeah, big time. The truth is going to be revealed to this person. Ooh, sorry about that, y'all. They may not have wanted to see the truth about your value, but it's out there. They're going to see it. They're going to be forced to see it. And they're going to see why God chose you to cross their path. That's right, Heart Soul. They're going to see why God chose you to cross their path at that given time. And this is what's going to cause them to feel even more overwhelmed. Because they are used to handling everybody the same. Yep, they're used to handling everybody the same at their disposal with a damage card. And we got guilty. Yep. And the thing about it, you can't handle everybody the same. Well, you can, but there are going to be people that are not going to allow you to do that. And you're one of those people. Because you're a dreamer, Pisces, daydreaming. You know, Pisces are always thinking. They're always just going back and forth in their mind about things. When everybody in a room could be involved in conversation, Pisces is already thinking about their next win. They're already thinking about, some of y'all are probably thinking as an introvert how to leave. How to leave this situation. Like, okay, I've been social enough, so I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to conserve my energy here. So that's a lot of it here, Pisces, is that while other people may be concerned about what they see in you right now, you're looking at what you see in yourself and what you can use to elevate moving forward in your life. Because you're not just taking no for for an answer. You're not doing that. Reflection. Yep, you're not doing that. Okay. And inseparable. Yep. So with the reflection card and inseparable, give me a little bit more on this person moving forward. Escape. Just know that everything will be all right, Pisces. Everything will be all right. ADP, my mom, hey Empress, my mom calls after a whole month and she leaves a voicemail. Guess what? Not listening to it. Wait a minute. Not listening to it or calling back. Done. Wow, DP. DP, you got a lot going on. That dude is tripping. The guy is tripping. Situations with your mom. I mean, and I trust me, I know all about that. I know all about that, y'all. But yeah, Pisces, keep in mind that things are gonna get better. DP, we're gonna have this little conversation. DP or anyone else that like to join the conversation after this, when I wrap this reading up, we're gonna talk a little bit about that, DP. Because I've been seeing your messages. I just haven't been saying anything because I was trying to get this message out. But we're gonna go back to that. So for those of you that are staying just to get the end of this message, we're gonna continue on, and then after that, we're gonna talk about the messages that I've been seeing in the chat. So yeah, Pisces, keep in mind things are going to get better for you. Things are also going to get better for this person. Most times, you know, on this journey called life, it's such a, oh my God, there's so many twists and turns and curves and bumps, and most times we do have to travel over those things to get to where we need to be, right? So you encounter different people from all walks of life that, you know, just being around your essence makes them think about where they are, makes them think about what they need to do. And Pisces, you can't help that. That does not mean your life is like sunshine and rainbows all the time, or it's perfect, because Pisces, you know, like I know, you have fallen. Some of you falling flat on your face because of life and because of different things, right? So, but the one thing about it, Pisces or any other sign, you managed to get back up and try again. You didn't allow things to defeat you. You didn't allow people to really make you. Those that had an issue with your growth, those that may have turned their back on you in the past, you use that as elevation and motivation. You use that as, okay, well, you didn't want to be there for me. Let me just prove to myself that I can do this with the help of the Most High and my input, my energy, my persistence. I want to kick that bad habit. I'm going to continue to move forward with the help of the Most High and my angels, because I know they got my back. I wouldn't be able. I put it like this, Pisces. You're like, I wouldn't be able to have this dream in my heart and in my spirit if it wasn't for me to elevate. And Pisces, let me just say this: as long as you keep that type of momentum, and as long as you see your value, it's going to show on the outside. It can't help but to show on the outside. So kudos to you. Keep doing your thing. I can't stress it enough, keep doing your thing, because guess what, you got a different vibe, and one day somebody or people are going to catch that vibe and they're going to like it. And your vibe is going to be very influential. Have you ever been around people, and I know this myself, have you ever been around people, whether it's friends or coworkers or family or whatever, that they like your style? They'll never tell you, but after sometimes, like after a few encounters or a few visits, you ever notice that person starts talking like you? They start trying to hold their hands like you. Like, you ever, I've seen that. I've seen that. And I'm like, wow. So there could be things about you that people like. They may not want to give you the credit for it. They may not want to give you, because, honestly, they may not even know. Teresa, she falling asleep. Okay. Hope you have a good one as well. They may not even know that they're doing this. They may not even know that they're taking the good pieces of you and, you know, using them for their everyday life or interaction. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. If you're around people that seem to be kind of imitating you a little bit, and you're like, wait a minute, they're talking like me. They're moving like me. Like what? Because they like your style. People, you'll be surprised how people just sit back and they're in awe because of who you are, what you've done, what you represent. And sometimes certain people at first, they won't give you the credit because they don't even understand your energy themselves, but they like it. They like it. So just keep that in mind. I've been around people. It's that swag. Exactly, heart soul. I've been around people, y'all, and they would say stuff like, because I'm a big believer in wishing people well. I like to leave people better than when they came to me. You're gonna leave being around my vibe. You're gonna leave better than when you came. Whether that's me giving you a kind word, whether that's me helping you, whatever, right? So I'm a big person of saying, drive safe, be careful out there, stuff like that. And I noticed like different ones, my family members, as wicked as they can be, I've noticed they started saying that. And I'm like, what? Even down to, it's like the tone of my voice. I'm like, this is wild. Now that's good. That's a good thing because that's them learning not to be selfish, so selfish when you're wishing people well. You always want to wish people well. That's something they never really did, but they taking a page out of my book. Now, at first I was like, oh my God, they copying me because, but then I realized maybe, just maybe, you have to be the light in the darkness for folks. Maybe, just maybe, you have to show people how to behave, how to move, how to talk, how to do, how to socialize. Maybe, just maybe, you're anointed or you're selected, I should say, or chosen to show people something different. You know what I mean? So don't take it as, oh, this person's copying me. Oh, they're trying to be like me or whatever. Don't take them trying to bite off your vibe. Don't take it like that. Take it as you are very influential and you gather a lot of attention without even trying because of what you represent. Good energy, good vibes. You know what I mean? Like I said, the month of October moving forward, there are going to be a lot of people that's going to catch your vibe and they're going to like it. They may try to imitate. You may hear people saying things that you've said to them. Like, wait a minute, you be giving advice. You're giving advice to people and then all of a sudden they're giving the same kind of advice. It is a compliment. Absolutely. Because people watch you. They watch how you talk to other people. They watch how you hold yourself, hold your posture, how you hold yourself, how you carry yourself. What I mean by hold yourself is like how you keep your composure, how you remain calm in a storm. Like people look at that. And And maybe they never had that type of role model to really show them how to move, how to talk, how to stay calm. Maybe they never had that. So a lot of you are out here motivating folks. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be older than them. You could be younger than them. When people have an anointing, it's what it is. And most times we are selected to be different to make a difference. Because if all of us are the same, we can't grow. Some people arrive in their authenticity at different points. You get what I'm saying? So just keep all that in mind. I know that was a lot. I know I can be long-winded sometimes, but I definitely want to get the message out there. And hopefully it is of some value. Thank you. Thank you, Wolfie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But that's all for the reading tonight, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. If y'all want to join in with my response with DP and Heart Soul, Teresa, she's gone. But if y'all want to stay along, we're going to talk about this for a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and go off because I saw the messages. I just couldn't respond. Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. I appreciate y'all. So, my pleasure. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for just being so supportive. So, DP, I just wanted to say, not sure about the dude. I'm not really sure about how he's moving. I don't really know where his mind is. I just can't figure that out. Some people are just who they are. And as far as family, that is strange. But it doesn't surprise me because that's what people do. When you pull away and when you pull away, you stand up for yourself and stand up for what's right. A lot of times people don't know what to do with that. I have, like I mentioned, DP, I have blocked some family members, not because I wanted to, but because they're not healthy. They are not healthy for my energy. They're not healthy for my mental space. And I'd much rather just separate. And so it's funny you mentioned that because I visited my grandmother yesterday because I always just want to make sure she's good, right? I just want to see. I just want to see for myself. And once I see that she's good, I leave. I don't waste a lot of time. And so when I got over there and I saw she was good, you know, my uncle at the time, I guess he felt in his spirit he wanted to confront me a little bit. So he asked me in front of everybody that lives there. He says, did you tell, my other aunt who's the eldest, did you tell Aunt so and so that I wouldn't let you see your grandmother because you wouldn't do this and you wouldn't do that? And I looked him dead in his face and I said, yes, I did. And he was like, this stuff is crazy. I can't believe. I said, it's like this with me. If you didn't do it, hey, my bad. I'll take the L. But if you did it, it is what it is. I said, I'm not mad either way. I'm just glad she's good. And then he walked off because he's a person that he paces. When you're having certain conversations, he'll pace. So he paced, he went down the hallway, then he came back, and he said, I just want to let you know I'm not coming at you in a bad way. I'm not trying to be aggressive. And I said to myself, oh, he's learning. He's learning. You can't bully your way through life. He's learning. Oh, in my mind, I'm thinking that. Because a lot of times, family, friends, even jobs, they'll try to bully you. And you have to really draw the line. You don't put up with anybody bullying you. Because I am so self-assured at this point, I can scream and yell about what's going on with me, bothering me, because I love me some me. And I also know when to say, hey, I didn't get it right. I didn't get that right. Maybe I jumped the gun on that one. I apologize. I mean, my pride is not that big that I can't do that. I don't have that much pride. So, but I learned. I said, oh my God, he's learning. Because he's always been that person to be a bully. Like bulldozing their way through. And you know, you can't do that. That may have worked for the people that he know or he's been around, but that don't work for everybody. That doesn't work for anybody. So I'm so glad, DP, that you are standing your ground. And I'm glad that you are using your intuition to figure out how to navigate through your scenarios here. And you're also being very kind and gentle with yourself because, you know, these things can really take a toll on your energy. They can really take a toll on your mental health. They could take a toll on your emotional health. It's so much. That's why I always try. Hey, Donna, good to see you. It's been a while. That's why I always try to just have good vibes. You know, I may not always be able to do that, but I try. I make an attempt to have good vibes, and I say that not always because, you know, life be life, and y'all, and sometimes life can get a little stressful. It can, you know, it just depends on where we are. It just depends on what we got going on, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I did see all your messages. I just couldn't get to them at the time. But I do thank you for sharing. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else? Everybody else good? Y'all good? Y'all good? I'm wishing y'all a happy October. It's just a lot of okay, cool. It's a lot of things that seem to be really moving in a positive direction for you, Pisces, or any other sign. And I'm so happy about that. I'm happy that you have found more of yourself. You have begun to be more of your authentic self, along with being willing to improve. And that says a lot. That speaks volumes for your growth. That speaks volumes for who you're becoming or who you've become. I will tell you, in this season, people are going to be shocked at your glow up. People gonna be real shocked because they're used to you being little old Pisces or little old whoever you may be. They're used to that. So hey, the more self-care that you do, the more work you do on yourself. People sometimes don't know what to do with that when you walk in and you seem to just command the room without you even trying. A lot of times it's confidence. A lot of times it's how you carry yourself. A lot of times it's just everything you've been through that has brought you wisdom, everything you've been through that has brought you clarity. You just have a different level of self assurance. And you got some people that are going to respect that, and you got some people that don't really know what to do. Don't really know what to do, right? So, but you got to be you. You gotta be you. But I want you to know, October and moving forward, do not be surprised when people don't really know what to do with you now. They got so accustomed to you being a certain way that now you're moving in the direction you're supposed to move because you've been divinely guided to grow. You've been divinely guided to keep it real with others and yourself. They are not going to know what to do, Pisces, because you are pretty much setting the vibes around you on fire. Okay? You are setting it on fire. I'm just going to tell you. Lots of attention, You're going to be, when you walk in a room, you may even force people to sit up straight. You can command the room without even trying. Without even trying. So that may be something that you're going to be noticing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Spiritual growth is the best growth to me that a person could have. A lot of times, we have so many people in the world that are spiritually immature, or they've never taken the time to ascend. You know, never taking the time to ascend at all, never taking the time to love themselves. So, a lot of times these people are so confused and not knowing that if they do the work, becoming more spiritually inclined and connected opens the door for clarity, opens the door for receiving your gifts. Your gifts are linked to intuition. Guess what? Cece said, I like animals better. I can feel you on that. But they, hey, when you train them, they can be very loyal, very a lot loyal than humans, right? I don't want to have eyes on me. I get that. Yeah. So, as you are evolving, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to have a front row seat to your evolution. There have been a lot of people that have had a front row seat to your transformation, really didn't know what to do with it. Because sometimes people want to keep you in a box. Keeping you in a box is safer. When you outgrow the box, it causes this person to look at it and say, well, dog, I need to grow too. I'm telling you. And a lot of times people don't want you to grow because it forces them to need to grow too. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Wolfie, I can relate. I had a dog. That dog, he was loyal. He was good and everything. And we had him 16 years. 16 years. When he passed away, they looked at his vet records, and I didn't even know he was that old, but he lost his hearing. He lost vision in one eye. I mean, except for those last 6 months, that dog lived a long time. That dog lived a long time. 16 years. And it was so ironic because him and my stepfather, they had just a phenomenal relationship. And when my stepfather passed away, 6 months later, the dog died. The dog just shut down. He stopped eating. He stopped drinking. He stopped drinking his water. He shut down. And he got sick, and we found out that he had cancer. And, yeah. That's when I told y'all, DP, that's when I had the vision. That was around the time I had the vision of the 3 urns. I never forget it. I called my mom, or she couldn't get with me at the time, but I text her and I said, I just had a vision of 3 urns. I don't know what's going on, but I'm praying for healing for people. And she just said, wow, do y'all know the day that I sent that message, it was maybe 4 to 5 hours later, my stepfather had a heart attack in the car with her. And then that was the first urn. The next day, my grandfather passed away in the nursing home. 6 months later, that dog died. That was the 3 urns. That's when I knew that my gift was on and popping. Was that something I wanted to witness? I'm not going to say I didn't want to see the vision, but it was a lot. It was a lot to contend with, right? Because you think about it, when you have a vision of 3 urns and then 3 souls are taken, 2 a day apart, and then about 5 or 6 months later, another soul. Yeah, it's real. Yeah. And so it freaked my mom out a little bit. She was like, she said, wait a minute. Oh my God. So that's when we discovered that there was a calling on my life. I could, and I have the gift of visions. Now, having that gift of visions is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. You may get a vision in the middle of the night, middle of the day. I've gotten visions when I'm driving. I'm talking when I tell you that there have been times that I'm driving and I'm just minding my business. And then all of a sudden, I'll see something like a vision of somebody that I haven't seen in a while. Or like one time I went to my mom's house and I seen a image of a big German shepherd at her door. And y'all, I could have sworn that dog was there. But it was a sign of her being protected. You get what I'm saying? So I'm grateful. But it is something. Yeah, DP. Yeah. And sometimes I can have the vision and I don't even want to say anything. Because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to say this. But I've learned when I do have them, I just pray and I ask God, like, please show me what this is. Like, please show me what this is and how I can help. I've learned to do that instead of just, being scared. Because at one time it was a little scary. But we have different gifts. And that's one of them for me. Yeah. How can I tell the illness, not the death of... Yeah. 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 I remember I had now this was wild, y'all. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to go. I had a vision one time. It was like a vision / dream because I was having the dream when I was like kind of waking up. Y'all ever had a dream when it's almost time for you to wake up? It was like that. So I had a dream that I was at my grandfather's wake or funeral. Like I was at his viewing again. It was weird. Like, I'm like, okay, he already passed away. Why am I here? So he was already dead, already passed away, and he was still, But what was interesting is his legs were, they were dying. But it was wild. The legs were already dying. The legs were starting to turn darker and all this kind of stuff, And I'm like, what is this? Like, this man is already, God rest his soul, he has passed on. He's not coming back. And that saddens me. I'm sad that I won't ever get to see my grandfather again alive. But I'm actually happy that he's not here suffering anymore. And I know I did all that I could do for him during his earthly journey. And I've said this before. I always thought, my grandfather was, a guardian angel for me. I still believe that. I still believe that. Because I believe that's how I'm able to maneuver in this family. I still believe it. But When I saw the vision of him dead in the casket and his legs were dying, they were decaying. And what I did, I didn't panic. I just prayed and I said, Lord, I said, I know you're showing me something. What does this mean? So within a few months, I learned that my grandfather's eldest son, which is my uncle, had has kidney disease and was getting ready to start dialysis, and he had been falling down a lot because of the toxins, so he needed to start his dialysis. Isn't that something? It is wild. And my grandmother, my father's mother, died in July of this year, the end of July. And before she died, I'd say about 2 months before she died, I had a vision of my dad's father, who has been dead for, oh, that man died in 2008. I had a vision of him in a royal blue suit. And I'm like, I see a vision of him. I'm like, why? Okay, I haven't seen him in many years. And 2 months later, after I got that vision of my grandfather who has been gone, this is my dad's father, as when I seen that, and then 2 months later, she passed away. So those are things that, like I said, it's not for the weak. Same thing with friends I've had. You know, um, it is something. It is something. It is something. I appreciate the gifts, and those of you that have a gift, please honor your gifts. Please make sure you're using your gifts for good. A lot of times we're not giving these gifts to be scared. We're giving these gifts to alert us. You know, they have witnessed these visions I get. They know, but no one else in the family. Yeah, DP. That's how I am. That's how I am. Like, they'll tell me something, and it's been going on since I was a kid. And see, back then, when I was about 5 or 6 years old, my gifts were, they were very much there, but what was going on is I didn't understand all of that. So it was like night terrors. I had nightmares. And I'm like, oh my God. And they would be so vivid. And which I know a lot of kids have nightmares and all that. And but mine were just, I'm talking out, I would wake out of my sleep screaming and all these different things, and I couldn't understand it. Um, and I'd always have just different things growing up. And now I can look back and see all those times that I was just, I could see stuff and hear stuff and different things like that. And I didn't really understand it, but it took for me to get older and become more self-aware. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then when I started reading about other people's experiences and doing the research, and I found that most times you are giving your gift as a kid. You know, you've been predisposed to it before. It's just like your career that you're in or whatever you're doing. A lot of times what we do as kids, like little, when we're just playing and stuff like that, those are building blocks for what's to come. I know I was always writing on everything. I like to write my name. I used to write all over stuff. Then we got a computer, and I was all on there making fake little accounts, like I worked in an office and all this kind of stuff. I was always doing that. And now I work in an office setting. You get what I'm saying? So these are things that we are introduced to in our youth that you don't really know what it means. And I think about all the kids that I know or I've seen on YouTube that are crazy gifted, like crazy gifted. They can, you know, get in front of a piano and just play the piano. Maybe they've only taken like 1 or 2 lessons, if that, and they're talented. They learn how to play by ear. They have a nice voice. They have the ability to speak, eloquently and all these things. And I'm like, oh my God. And so, that let me know that your gifts are given when we come into this world. But it just takes us however long. Some of us discover our gift as kids. Some of us don't discover them until we're much older. And unfortunately, there are some people that never discover their gifts. But I meditated and got to know more about myself. That's how I was able to understand who I am and my position. You know? Mother about these things when I was 7 or 8. She knew nothing spiritual, no dreams with God and Jesus. So I stayed quiet till I became an adult, because now I know, found out in 2019. See, yep. That's amazing, DP. That's really when I solidified my visions and all that. And then in 2020? Yeah, 2020 is when I had the vision of the 2 urns, because that's when my stepfather and my grandfather passed away a day apart. A day apart. So I knew what it was. I knew what it was. And a lot of times my intuition is just on a crazy high. Like, I said this before, like probably about 90, I give myself about 98% of the time I'm pretty much I'm on point. I say 2%, I'm gonna always allow time for error. Always allow space for error, because we don't always get it right. We're not perfect, but probably about 98.2% of the time I'm on the money with my intuition. Um and that's just in everyday life, you know. But if you're watching this after this live, make sure y'all tell me, what kind of gifts have you discovered that you have? I want to hear. Real, but those that are toxic and won't heal and close off won't get the messages. Exactly. It requires you to be very open-minded, and it requires you to be calm, cool, and collected as well. Because, DP, you make a valid point. How can you really figure out what you are supposed to give to the world, what gift God gave you to give to the world, if you're going to be caught up in all this other stuff? You have to free your mind. You have to get to a place where your mind can be free, your thought process can be free, so that you can um really work with what you've been given. You gotta be willing to let go of toxic habits, toxic people, toxic situations, you know, and only want the good in your life. That's how you attract better. That's how you learn how you should maneuver and all those great things. Because I promise you, we got a lot of people that don't know. They have no idea what their gift is. They have no idea. They've been reaching and reaching and reaching for years. And they don't know. And most times it's because they're caught up in something else. So that part of their spirituality is closed off. Is closed off. Journaling helps you get to know more about yourself. Meditating helps you to get more centered and know more about yourself. And all of that. Knowing what works, being honest with yourself, being honest about what you don't know, what you do know, and it just kind of it keeps you vulnerable on your spiritual side, so that you can receive insight. You can really factor in your intuition. Get rid of the pride. Put your ego to the side, because pride and ego is what keeps you stuck. It keeps you bound. You know? A lot of people are scared to be vulnerable. And when you want to discover your gift and all that, you got to be willing to be vulnerable in some areas in your life. Thank y'all for listening. I hope this message brought some clarity to you. Thank you for staying around and receiving the message. Like I said, y'all, go to my description box below this video. Check out, it's a area in there that says, do you like these bracelets that I have on? Click on that link for Otter Spirit so you can use that 20% discount code. So go to my description box, click on the Otter Spirit link under do you like these bracelets I have on. When you find the products that you want or you like to purchase, use the coupon code at checkout, Empress Tarot 20, to get 20% off your order, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I'm live. Further messages of the readings and lots more. Feel free to leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates. Please, and in the comment section, let me know about your gifts. Let me know about the things that you've discovered. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what you discovered about yourself over your over the years and also throughout your journey. All right. Take care of yourself. Remember that you're worth it always. We will be back soon. And sleep well, rest well, stay hydrated, y'all. Bye.